As a 13-year-old, I was quite skinny. I started looking into fitness at a very young age. How did I know about fitness? I looked at inspiration. Usain Bolt, athletic physique. Best believe he was my inspiration for sure. I was too small. I needed to change. I needed to grow. And I'm on this journey as of right now, trying to grow.
It's good, brother. Glad you can join us for our first ever episode. Let's go, alright? And not to bore you out with the intro, let me tell you guys the story, alright? Growing up, I was a very small, skinny guy. Still am, but when I was a kid, I was very skinny. Healthily skinny, not, dangerously skinny, just to be clear. And, as a kid, you're not gonna be expected to be fully jacked or fully, fit at that age. Become as you are. Then it comes around the time where people started, growing. Puberty happens, right? I wanted to let you guys know that my growth hasn't really hit until I was 14. Yes, I was growing tall, but I was still pretty slender in my arms. I was very slender all around, and didn't feel like I was, growing, in terms of muscles. So then I started to work out a little bit more, right? This is when I started to realize that I could grow, my potential was there. I started to, do more exercises, doing more calisthenics, like push-ups, sit-ups, doing all sorts of those kind of workouts before moving on to more gym-based workouts later on down the line, right? So what am I trying to get at here? The point is that you need to find the best physique for skinny guys. And luckily for me, you found this video, and I'll give you probably the best physique you should aim for as a slender, skinny guy. Let's get into it. The best physique for any skinny guy, and this is my personal opinion, so you don't have to agree with me on this, alright, is the athletic physique. Now, what is the athletic physique to you guys? It is basically the physique where you have built a good amount of muscle, you're very lean, and most importantly, your body is capable of forming, basic movement, but at an extreme rate. So say for instance, you can run faster than the majority. You can jump higher than the majority. You're a lot stronger, you use a lot more power than the majority, all right? All right, so basically, you are a lot more fitter than the majority, right? Very lean, very strong, that's all. And I feel like the first step in order to achieve that is looking at where you are right now. As a skinny guy, you're often on the lighter side, not so much on the heavier side. You don't really get heavy skinny guys much. So for me, I'm still growing, so I'm a skinny guy, I train at the gym, with a schedule, whether it's on certain days that are best to optimize, for muscle growth. And I also try to put it in, cardio exercises into it as well to make sure that I'm optimized in, moving my body as well, training my legs as well, training how well I can, maneuver, sprint, jump, everything that needs to become an athlete, Now, do you have to train like an athlete, sleep like an athlete? Not exactly, all right? Pretty much just trying to build a physique and having those, those skills down under. Because if you're training to become an athlete, then you have found the wrong video, because someone else would find the best ideas for you. Number two is to understand your diet and what you like, because people think they need to change their diet, and that is true. If your diet is overall, generally unhealthy, then you will need to change it, all right? But if your diet is a mix of, healthy, but sometimes you add in, some treats in there, or some, food that isn't considered healthy, but, you want to eat it anyways. My personal opinion is to try to keep your diet pretty clean, or even find alternate ways to make your favorite meals in, a more health-based way. So, for example, if you like, burgers, for example, could you make them, using lean beef? Or if you like pizza, for example, can you, utilize less, fats into the pizza itself, So those are some things that consider, right? And the last important thing you need to do is that, are you tracking how your performance? Are you taking pictures, tracking calories, tracking everything, right? So as a skinny guy to another skinny guy, my advice is to do those three things, and in no time you'll achieve athletic physique. And I mean no time, I mean serious hard work, consistency, and dedication too, all right? You know what? We had enough time right now. Let's head over to the chill corner. Let's get there, all right? So, welcome to the chill corner. Right now, we talked about the three principles in order to build an athletic physique. for the skinny guys, alright? If you got small wrists, got skinny arms, skinny physique, whatever, right? Listen to me carefully right now, bro. You got three things you gotta train like an athlete. Diet needs to be very good, and you gotta have the right mentality. You know what to do. You gotta be consistent, right? My advice to any skinny guys is this: you gotta really think about where you want your physique to look like. My advice to any skinny guys: in order to build an athletic physique, you gotta be hungry. You gotta be hungry. You gotta be dedicated, and most importantly, do it for yourself. All right, do this for you. Do this for you. Do this that you know that you've got bigger purposes, and most importantly, understand that this journey of yours isn't over just yet. All right, peace. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Second episode is coming out tomorrow. Yeah. I wasn't planning on adding this bit in the segment, but damn, bro, look. I mean, I may not be there yet, but I built something pretty impressive, like decent arms, very lean, you know what I mean? So, yeah.